Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon. New construction projects are popping up all over the area, both residential and retail, but labor issues are causing some of those projects to finish late. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us now live from the Rosemary District in downtown Sarasota with more on this problem. Marla?
Well, Scott, I'm told construction sites like this one behind me have a demand for workers, which is oftentimes hard to come by nowadays. I spoke to Daniel Freed, who is the manager of a temp agency in Sarasota called Labor Finders. He tells us that there's a high demand for workers in Sarasota as new developments and projects pop up throughout the city. Freed says a contributing factor is the lack of affordable housing for workers and also young adults not having an interest in trade skills and having other career options as they exit out of school into the workforce. He says there is more work than workers on the Suncoast, which leads him to hiring reliable workers from other towns and also other states.
We are looking to expand. We are going into other states. We are bringing people in. And a lot of the workers that are coming are older. There are 40 and over. And they tend to be some of the best workers that we have.
Freed tells us many retirees get back into the workforce to make some extra cash. Just this morning, I met a man who works on a construction site in the Rosemary District. He is, in fact, an older man, and he explained to me that he's in town from Broward County and expects to be in Sarasota working for a few more weeks. Freed also tells me that each and every day he receives a high volume of calls from different companies looking for reliable workers to work for their companies. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Sarasota for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Marla, thanks so much for that story. New at noon, all lanes are back open after a deadly crash on I-75 early this morning. It happened between Bee Ridge and Clark Roads just past 3 a.m. Troopers say the driver of a Chevy pickup went off the road, causing the truck to overturn. The driver and both passengers were thrown from the pickup. Troopers say none of them were wearing seatbelts. The driver died, and the two passengers are now critical and serious condition. In Washington, questions remain after President Trump held a second meeting this week with the National Rifle Association. The President and Vice President Mike Pence met with the executive director of the NRA's lobbying arm. President Trump calling it, quote, a great meeting. The NRA has publicly opposed the president's proposal to raise the purchasing age for rifles from 18 to 21 years old. But it's not just the NRA that President Trump is butting heads with. He's also at odds with members of his own party.
You have a different president now.
Well, listen,
I mean, you went through a lot of presidents and you didn't get it done.
Mr. President, it's going to have to be you that brings the Republicans to the table on this, because right now the gun lobby would stop it in its tracks.
I like that responsibility, Chris. I really do. I think it's time that a president stepped up. Never happening, because they are cowards.
Those comments from that meeting earlier this week. But since that last night's meeting, it appears the president is softening his stance now on any gun control measures. The White House delayed unveiling its school safety policy proposals this week because of GOP reaction to the president's previous statements. New developments today surrounding Delta's decision to cross the NRA. The move could now cost the airline millions of dollars. Republicans in the Georgia legislature voting to kill a jet fuel tax break that would have directly benefited the Atlanta-based airline. And Georgia's governor now signing it into law this morning. The vote happening 5 days after Delta said it would end discounted fares to NRA members in the wake of the school massacre in South Florida. Critics warn the GOP action could harm Georgia's ability to lure businesses to the state. And another retailer is taking a stand through gun sales. LL Bean joining Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods in announcing it will no longer sell rifles or ammunition to anyone under the age of 21. A company spokesperson says LL Bean only sells firearms at its flagship store in Maine and only guns specific to hunting and target shooting. A developing story now out of Michigan, where two people are dead after a shooting at Central Michigan University this morning. Police are looking for a 19-year-old suspect who is considered armed and dangerous. Police say the shooting appears to be a domestic incident and the two people killed were not students at the university. Schools in the area, the university, and all city buildings are on lockdown. We'll keep you updated on this story throughout the day here on ABC 7 and online at mysuncoast.com. Happening in Florida, the state Senate has delayed taking up gun control legislation. The Tampa Bay Times reporting Senate Republican leaders will hold a Saturday session now to debate the bill after getting pressure from the NRA. The bill includes provisions to arm teachers, something Governor Scott has repeatedly said he is against. The Senate bill would set aside $67 million to train pre-screened educators who wish to carry firearms on campus. But the real fate of this bill will lie in the House, where it could very well die next week if the GOP is not able to get enough Democratic support for the measure. And a grand jury will begin considering charges next week against the man accused of killing 17 people at Stoneman Douglas High School. In Broward County, grand juries typically begin hearing high-profile cases within 21 days of the suspect's arrest. 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz remains behind bars, charged with 17 counts of first-degree murder. The Broward County School District is getting $1 million from the U.S. Department of Education. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos says the emergency relief grant will aid in the healing and recovery process. She also says that her heart is broken for the victims of the Parkland shooting and she's committed to helping identify solutions to prevent another tragedy like this one from happening again. Happening now in North Carolina, mourners are gathering to pay their final respects to the Reverend Billy Graham. We have a live look at the private funeral service, which started at noon at the Billy Graham Library in Charlotte, North Carolina. The funeral will feature performances by musicians who shared the stage with Graham at his crusades. Graham was 99 years old when he died at his home last week. President Trump and the First Lady are also attending the service. And let's get a check now on our Suncoast weather with meteorologist John Scalzi, and I could feel the change in the air.
You can, can't you? Yeah. It's on its way. It's here. We've been talking about this for about a week now, and it's finally coming to pass. I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to it tonight. You know, there's Music on Main, Lakewood Ranch. I'm going to be out there along with a bunch of other folks, and the weather is just going to be exquisite.
Perfect.
Perfect. Absolutely great. So we still have a few clouds around, but they are in the process of melting away as we get a lot of blue sky in there as well. Temperatures are warm today. It's going to be another warm day. That's true. But I think we will see that drier air start to filter in during the second half of the day, and the temperatures tonight will cool off pretty quickly, I think. And overnight tonight we'll drop into temperatures that are kind of a little bit more in line with where we should be this time of year. By the way, the numbers are out, and Florida had one of the warmest Februarys on record. Many places had the record warmest February on record, including Sarasota, which came in warmer than the 100-year record, so pretty impressive. 82 degrees currently in Sarasota. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot warmer than that. The temperatures are a little bit warmer than they were 24 hours ago. 3 degrees warmer here in Sarasota, 1 degree warmer than in Bradenton. And the sustained winds now out of the north are one of the reasons I don't think we're going to get a whole lot warmer than that. That is going to draw down the cooler air and the drier air, and that will continue throughout the afternoon. Things are pretty quiet here on radar. A few scattered showers out in Gulf waters. I think we're just about done with the rainfall for the rest of the day. We do have some cloud cover around. We'll talk about the forecast for the weekend in just a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joined us now with a check of the day on Wall Street so far, and we've seen a lot of red this week, and it continues today, Jeff.
Scott, that is correct. We're actually heading into negative territory for the year, so that's not good. The Dow right now is down about 4% for the week, while the NASDAQ and S&P right around 3%. We know earlier this week the Fed had some announcements which the market did not like and was negative. Yesterday, we know President Trump talked about tariffs on steel as well as aluminum. That market did not like as well, and the market did not like it so far today. We know about the 10-year Treasury still trading around that 2.84%. Oil's been dropping right around 60.5 a barrel. Woke up this morning, the futures were negative, so let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is at 24,274, down 335 points, 1.34% in the negative. NASDAQ 7,148, down 32 points, 0.45% in the negative. As well, S&P 2,659, down 18 points, 0.68%. Again, negative, Scott.
And Jeff, I understand that Toyota is joining the self-driving car race. Everybody seems to get in.
Everybody's in it. Toyota announced yesterday they are in it as well. That is correct. They're stepping up to the plate. The Japanese automaker is partnering with two of their suppliers, actually, for a new company, the Toyota Research Institute Advanced Development. They're going to invest 300 billion yen into this, and that's 2.8 billion in US dollars if you want to do the math. The goal is to develop production quality software for automated driving. Toyota will own 90% of this new startup, right around 300 employees. They plan to get up to about 1,000 employees. Their mission statement: accelerate software development in a more effective and disruptive way. Pretty impressive. We know Volkswagen and Hyundai are working with Silicon Valley as well. GM says by 2019 they're going to mass produce fully autonomous electric cars. And we know the competition includes Tesla, Google, Lyft, Uber. Scott, the competition continues, and now we have another big automaker into it, which is called Toyota, the Japanese maker.
Yeah, I remember when we all thought they were going to have to put sensors on all the roads for the cars to follow, and you know, they've gone way past that now, and using cameras and other technology.
I think that's exactly what Toyota's looking for.
All right,
Definitely.
Jeff, thanks so much.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a preview of an exciting event happening tomorrow at Nathan Benderson Park. And remember to check your lottery tickets, why there's a chance to win 2 huge jackpots this weekend.
The ABC7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Don't allow your weight to threaten your health or control your future. Excess weight or obesity can cause emotional and physical health risks. But you can take control. The Your Weight Matters campaign offers free resources and tips to help you measure and understand your weight. Take the Your Weight Matters Challenge. The free toolkit prepares you to speak with a healthcare provider about your weight. Your weight does matter. Take the challenge and take control today.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
On the next Black Almanac.
People living here and people of this community realize that there is a certain amount of accountability and yet an even greater amount of responsibility.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC7.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
A couple of gorgeous photos sent in to us at pics@mysuncoast.com. Blackburn Harbor, beautiful sunset from last night. Jack Waters sent that one in. Lovely there. Bradenton Beach, another nice sunset. Kevin, thank you very much. And this one is my favorite, Venice Beach. Kathleen sent this one in. Thank you so very much. Gorgeous crepuscular clouds out there, and crepuscular rays rather, and some nice clouds in the setting sun. I think we'll have a pretty nice sunset tonight, I suspect, with pretty clear skies out there. High pressure ridge building in from the west. Generally, when you have that kind of condition, you get some pretty nice sunsets. Some high thin clouds would be nice as well, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of cloudiness like that around today, although we may see a few lower level, mid-level clouds around lingering. But my guess is we'll see a lot of blue sky out there and clear sky during the overnight. 78 degrees in Bradenton Lakewood Ranch, 82 degrees in Sarasota, 80 degrees in Venice, 81 in Northport, 78 degrees in Inglewood. I think 82 is probably going to be our high temperature of the day. We have a dew point value that is falling. We're at 55 now. Dropped 10-degree dew point since this morning. So that's an indication that the front is moving through and that drier air is filtering in already as we speak. North-northwest wind coming in at about 9. We do have temperatures which will continue to kind of fall out by 3 p.m., about 79 degrees, 70 by 7 p.m. And then when you wake up tomorrow morning, our temperatures will have dropped into the 50s, which is going to be a kind of a big change for a lot of folks. We may even see some 40s over the weekend. So I think some folks probably might want to layer a light sweater if you're heading out of doors earlier on in the mornings over the next couple of mornings. 81 degrees Sarasota. We'll watch these temperatures continue to kind of fall as we head into the evening, and then tonight dropping pretty rapidly into the 60s, and then as I mentioned by tomorrow morning getting colder still. Winds will be out of the north and kind of breezy throughout the period, so boaters, don't let that catch you by surprise. It could be kind of a surprise to you as those winds pick up to about 20 knots during the overnight tonight. Could get into a choppy condition on your bay and inland waters, even a moderate chop to start with, but then becoming choppy later in the day. 2 to 4 foot seas. Water temperature now at about 77. We have a couple of tides, a 116 high tide and a low tide at 717. Those are the two that are left today. 79 degrees as we head into tomorrow. We'll probably be at about 74, and then on Oscar Sunday 72. Temperatures, as I mentioned, dropping into the 40s. And then as we head into next week, I think pretty nice. We do have a chance at some showers, but temperatures will be in those low to mid 70s. Scott?
Awesome. Thank you, John. And as you just saw, it should be great weather tomorrow for a fun event at Nathan Benderson Park. The Sertoma Club's third annual My Hometown Fest is tomorrow afternoon. ABC 7's Ray Collins has a preview of this event for a very good cause. Ray?
Yeah, Scott, this should be fun. 30 restaurants, 40 craft beers, live music. This won't be an empty field tomorrow at this time. The My Hometown Fest begins at noon, goes till 4 p.m. here at Benderson Park. Food and drink tickets are $40, just food $25. Kids under 12 are free. Speaking of children, this is a fundraiser for a very specialized niche in the area called the Sertoma Kids Clinic.
The proceeds from My Hometown Fest will go to help the children in the area that have communication issues. Sertoma Kids is a clinic that allows speech and language therapy regardless of the family's ability to pay.
Very nice. Sertoma, by the way, stands for Service to Mankind, Sertoma. For information, find the link on our website, mysuncoast.com. Should be a good day, Scott.
Yeah, certainly will. Thank you so much, Ray. Let's get a check now with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who's joining us live today at Southern Steel Butcher on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Hi, Judy.
Hey there. Well, the weather is breaking. It's perfect to barbecue this weekend or anytime, and I have a great place. We're here at Southern Steel Butchers. Now, they started several years ago up in Clearwater, have a great reputation. I'm so excited they opened on Bee Ridge. You're going to see Shay grilling away. Thanks for putting the grill on for me today.
Anytime.
I love it. Marinated steak tips, chickens, you name it, they have it, including cooking classes. You're going to find out all about it when we go inside. You'll get to meet one of the owners. We have some really good food to taste and just an all-out good time. So stay with us throughout the hour. There's going to be steak chips, marinated chicken, sandwiches, and so much more. We'll be back in a few and get started.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership, both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon? You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
One of the motivating factors for me to become a Big Brother was that I was mentored as a youth. And it was important for me to kind of pass forward the things that were kind of given to me. It's really just as simple as getting to know a kid. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to have any of those other things. You just have to be willing to spend a little time and help mold some young person's life.
Heroes of the Dorm Atlantic Coast region, where students are competing in Heroes of the Storm for their shot at over $500,000 in prizes.
Welcome back. Time now to meet our pets of the week. John is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marsha Panucci, to tell us about, I think it's Passy and Skittles from Birds of Paradise Sanctuary in Bradenton. John?
Oh, I love these birds, Marsha.
I'm telling you.
I've always wanted a bird that seems so intelligent. I know people who have had birds, and they're just great pets.
Yes. This is Skittles, but we're now looking at Passy. Passy is a 5-year-old Senegal. These are all parts of the conure family. And they have a life expectancy of about 30 years. So when you make this commitment, you kind of have to put that into your mind.
It's a long-term commitment.
Oh, it sure is. Now, this is Skittles. Can you see how the name fits the little creature?
Absolutely. It looks like a little
Yes, you
Skittle.
are just a Skittles.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. And Skittles is a sun conure and about 3 years old. And, you know, these birds are just magnificent. They speak to you. They look you in the eye, yes, yes, and you can teach them. If you want them to have a vocabulary, you can teach them. Now, these two are young. They haven't started their vocabulary lessons. So you're starting from square one, and you can have them say just about anything that you would want. I noticed. Well, I was having a chatter over here, too. We were winking.
The bird when he sees one.
A relative, right?
That's right.
Yes, a relative. Now, one very interesting thing about birds, when you have them in your home, you want to give them at least 1 hour of an environment without their cage. In other words, they need vitamin D. So you want unfiltered sun.
Okay.
So you put them in an area where they can be flying around and enjoying themselves, someplace it's covered so that they can get in, out of the sun. But the vitamin D is very, very important to them, just like it is to us, especially for their plumage. They're going to have the most magnificent feathers if this is what you do, and this is any bird that might be at home with you. So aren't these marvelous?
Oh, they are gorgeous birds, and I understand that they have very large brains, birds do. I mean, I said that bird brain thing is a stupid joke, but they're really quite smart. They can learn a big vocabulary.
Yes.
They have intelligence and should be treated as such.
And they have wonderful personalities, and their little characters, and each one of these, as you can see, is very, very different.
Okay, the number to call to process the adoption process
yes,
is
it's
what?
for
Initiated?
Birds of Paradise
Okay.
at 727-366-9997.
Oh, awesome.
And I must tell you, John, that when we bring these birds on, people get very excited, and Birds of Paradise have made an adoption every time that they are
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
Birds are great pets. Thank you so much for bringing them in. What a treat. Scott?
They are beautiful. Thank you both. Time now to check in with, again, with Judy Gallagher, who's joining us live today at Southern Steel Butcher on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Hi, Judy.
Hi there, Scott. I'm so excited to have a local butcher store that I have to shout out right away has marinated steak tips. I'm from Boston. If you're from the Boston area, then you know marinated steak tips and marinated chicken, and these guys know it well. So I want you to meet one of the owners, and I'm so excited to be here. Greg, tell us about Southern Steel Butcher and what you offer.
Well, we are a full-service butcher shop. One of the things we love to do is provide custom cuts to people on the spot. We do specialize in the marinated meats, which you love so much. We have a special infusion process that we run all the marinated meats through with the marinade that gets the marinade soaked all the way in, tenderizes the cut. Some of the other highlights of the business is we do offer homemade sausages. We've got a wide variety of flavors there. We can make custom sausages as well. We have a great sandwich menu where we featured some of our sandwiches here today.
Tell us about the cooking classes, because this is unbelievable, and you're going to gather your friends and start booking this all the time.
Well, we offer food prep classes twice a week. We got a couple of different menus to choose from. The menus include 10 items. Each of the items feeds about 4 to 5 people, so you get about 40 meals in total. We do the whole thing. It's only $169 and also includes a couple of side items as well to go with it. They're crock pot friendly. We do offer private versions of the classes as well, where you can come in here and gather in this area and have a good time and assemble the meals. And it makes life easy at home because you drop them in the crock pot and have a great meal when you get home at night.
Now, you guys are really forward-centered with giving back to the community. Let's talk a little bit about that quickly.
We have started an initiative back in July called Project 52. You can check out our Facebook page and like that there. Every week we find somebody in the community, whether it's here or at our other location in Clearwater, where we provide a set of meals for that might be going through a tough time due to a medical condition or fire in their home. If you check out that Facebook page, there's plenty of information about the different families we've helped out. And we continue to...
Really exciting. And in fact, we're going to do some cooking classes together for some charity events, but stay with me. It's time when we come back to visit with Shay again, talk about some of the sandwiches that you can have every day for lunch and some of the items you can buy for a great barbecue at home. I'll be back in just a few minutes for a taste.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7. Where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Florida Studio Theater presents Native Gardens. Stately gardens and cultures clash, turning friendly neighbors into feuding adversaries. When a disagreement over a long-standing fence spirals into an all-out comedic battle of taste, privilege, and entitlement, no one comes out smelling like a rose. Critics are calling Native Gardens timeless as well as timely, smart and first-rate. Audience are calling it one of the best. Native Gardens is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A contract that weathered Tet. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org. Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Coming up, why President Trump may be setting the U.S. up for a potential trade war. Plus, brutal winter weather rocking states along the East Coast. How long some places will see these severe conditions. And why texting and driving could become a primary offense in Florida.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Sorry, welcome back. Our top story this half hour. President Trump announced yesterday the U.S. will impose tariffs on steel and aluminum imports starting next week. But the announcement left markets upended and his own party confused. ABC's Serena Marshall has the latest from Washington.
It's a potential trade war started by the president. This morning in a tweet, writing, when a country is losing many billions of dollars on trade with virtually every country it does business with, trade wars are good and easy to win. The possible global fight after the president announced an unlimited 25% steel tariff and 10% aluminum tariff.
Thank you very much.
He claims to help level the playing field. Surrounded by industry executives, he said what's happening to U.S. steel and aluminum companies is disgraceful.
They've been decimated. Aluminum has been decimated in the country.
The new tariffs, which effectively taxes every foreign shipment of the metals to the U.S., sparked a big drop in the Dow yesterday, losing more than 400 points. And Asian markets also closed lower. U.S. companies calling the move disappointing, as the tax could be passed along to consumers and manufacturers of products like soda, beer, cars, and building materials.
We've heard from a handful of companies speaking out against this. For example, Molson Coors, where we're unclear yet what it will specifically do to prices. They are saying that U.S. consumers would surely suffer.
The news also brought immediate backlash from an unexpected place: the president's Republican allies.
If it looks like I'm hedging, that's because I am.
Utah Republican and chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, Orrin Hatch, in a statement said the president should carefully consider all of the implications.
The international reaction was swift, with Canada and the EU saying they'll take responsive measures. The tariffs expected to begin next week. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Another big story in the U.S. today. 16 states along the East Coast are in the path of a developing nor'easter storm. 70 million Americans from the Carolinas to Maine under alerts for high winds, heavy snow, flooding rain, and storm surge. The National Weather Service expects the surges between 3 to 4 feet. The system is expected to move slowly, which means the storm might be felt for days. Parts of Massachusetts and New York State are expected to get hit the hardest.
We're scheduling people, checking equipment, gaining additional resources.
We're watching this very closely. We're ready to mobilize should we need to in terms of shelters or anything like that.
Storm has already caused more than 2,000 flight cancellations at airports across the country. Locally, some flights to and from Washington and the New York area have been canceled at Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport, and several flights at Tampa International have also been affected. Happening across the state, lawmakers are taking a major step forward in combating the state's opioid epidemic. The House unanimously passing a bill that would impose new restrictions on prescriptions of opioids. Most initial prescriptions would have a limit of 3 days, but doctors could prescribe up to 7 days for acute pain exceptions. The bill does not place medication limits for trauma cases, which is something is not in the Senate's bill, and it also does not cover cases of chronic pain or cancer. Florida is another step closer to banning texting while driving as well. The House approving a bill yesterday that would allow officers to pull over drivers for texting while driving. That proposal would make it a primary offense. The bill would still allow drivers to make phone calls and use electronic devices for directions, but it still faces hurdles in the state Senate. Car insurance rates are now at an all-time high, and the Suncoast has seen an average increase of nearly 7% over the last year. Most car insurance companies in Florida say they're losing money. They claim to be paying out more money in claims than what they're taking in. That's why your car insurance premiums are going up. Rates are not just based on your driving record. Distracted driving, congestion, and even the weather on the Suncoast are all affecting the price you pay.
You know, you'll get these stupid little fender benders that 20 years ago would have been a $500 claim, which is now a $5,000 claim because of couple things. The cars are much more valuable, and then there's a lot of fraud.
Florida has the 5th highest car insurance rates in the country. To save more, experts suggest shopping around frequently and comparing prices. Feeling lucky? Well, this weekend you have the chance to cash in on dueling jackpots that are worth together more than $500 million. Jackpots for both Powerball and Mega Millions have risen to a combined total of now $564 million. The Powerball jackpot rolled over to $321 million after Wednesday night's drawing. The Mega Millions jackpot went up to $243 million after Tuesday night's drawing. Caught on camera in Venice, a booze bandit remains on the loose, and police need your help catching her. Surveillance video shows a woman stealing hundreds of dollars worth of vodka and cognac from Island Time Spirits. The owner of the store became suspicious when he found an open box of alcohol. Then, after reviewing security camera footage, he found the woman stuffing booze down her pants and into her handbag on at least 3 separate occasions with 3 different accomplices. If you think you recognize the woman, call Venice Police. And an interesting morning for Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies. Deputies spotting a nearly 9-foot-long alligator along Jacaranda Boulevard in Venice. Deputies called in a trapper, though, who took that gator into custody. So,
I wouldn't want to be the one who had to fingerprint him. Just saying.
Yeah.
Nice weather today out there. A lot of blue sky. Lower your relative humidity.
You know, I just can't wait.
I know you can. I can tell. You're waiting.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
We kind of got gypped out of a month of cooler weather all February.
Yeah, sure did. Oh, some of the records, 10 places, even local, nearby, Sarasota, Bradenton, broke all-time temperature records for February. Everything I have is just going crazy in terms of blooming. I've never seen things bloom this early.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah. Everything. I mean, citrus, avocado, everything is just going crazy. Well, the trend will continue for beautiful weather across the Sun Coast. And yes, if you feel gypped on the cool weather, well, you get your chance to have some of it back for the next, probably 7 days anyway. We're seeing some fairly quiet conditions out there, a lot of sunshine around, and winds are now out of the north. They moved from west-northwest to due north, and that an indication that we're starting to see that frontal boundary sink a little bit further to the south through our area and provide us with some pleasant weather. Nothing on radar, don't expect to see much. Satellite view shows a little bit of cloud cover around from time to time, but that'll be mixing away as we head through the afternoon. And overnight tonight, mostly clear skies. Should be beautiful, beautiful stargazing tonight, by the way, I would think, especially toward dawn tomorrow morning. Everything should be quiet and calm and a little bit on the cool side as we head into tomorrow morning, probably in the 50s. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. Happening this weekend, half of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge will be shut down for the inaugural Skyway 10K. The iconic bridge, which covers 3 counties, will serve as the setting for the 6.2-mile course. 7,000 people have signed up to be part of the sold-out event. 100% of the proceeds will benefit the Armed Forces Families Foundation. And again, the northbound lanes will be closed from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. This is on Sunday, I believe, while the southbound lanes will remain open. In Manatee County, tomorrow is Pirates Fest for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The 12th annual event will be at Lecom Park in Bradenton before the Pirates take on the Phillies. Free player autographs, games, and much more will be offered just outside the ballpark from 10 a.m. until 12:30 Saturday. First pitch against the Phillies is later that day at 1:05, and I've been invited to throw out the first pitch, so wish me luck with that. In Sarasota County, food from 30 area restaurants will be part of the local service club's annual festival at Nathan Benderson Park. We told you about this earlier. The Sertoma Club of Greater Sarasota putting on an event called My Hometown Fest, with all the proceeds going to local children. Let's check in again with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who joins us live from Southern Steel Butcher in Sarasota. Judy?
I see a tasteful weekend ahead. And Shay, you were busy on the grill when we opened, and now we can sit down. Tell us what you've prepared today.
Well, some of our famous marinated meats. We'll start here with our marinated chicken thighs, which are on sale this week for $2.99 a pound. I've got our Tangy Gold, which is a mustard barbecue flavor. I've got our Argentine, which is one of our most famous overall marinade. It's a chimichurri Latin American flavor. Then I also have a sweet Asian chili. It's a sweet and sour with a little bit of roasted red peppers. Absolutely amazing, savory, and delicious. Go on to our steak tips. I have that famous Argentine. This is our #1 overall selling product in this shop. It's that chimichurri flavor again. Got an amazing moonshine barbecue. It's a mesquite barbecue flavor. I have our awesome, amazing, rich, creamy butter garlic flavor. And then our steakhouse, which is another one of our staples, which is an Italian blend with black pepper and mustard seed. Now, we also make some amazing, delicious sandwiches here at Southern Steer Butcher in Sarasota. I start off with our amazing paninis. I have a butter garlic caprese. It's got some tomatoes, Italian seasoning, and a balsamic glaze on top of it. My #1 overall marinade, again, here it comes, is that Argentine steak tip. It's got peppers and onions, American cheese pressed on that awesome panini press. Then we also have our Steakhouse mushroom and Swiss. Unbelievable. Delicious Swiss cheese, marinated garlic mushrooms, and that Steakhouse Italian blend steak tip. And then our homemade Cuban roasted pork. We make that roasted pork here in-house. It's absolutely amazing. Got your traditional Tampa-style Cuban, which has some salami on it. So delicious.
Talk about the sides, because I love when this is like full-stop shopping. Pick up your marinated meats, get the sides.
We also offer some great homemade sides. Every Tuesday, they're actually 2 for 1 on our rewards program. Our rewards program is absolutely free to sign up for. So we have an amazing balsamic glazed Brussels sprouts that I can't even keep those on the shelf. And then also the smashed potatoes. It's got cheese, bacon bits, chives, absolutely amazing.
And super, super quick, the cucumber tomato salad, and tell me about this salad.
That is a butter garlic steak caprese, which was featured over here with some diced tomatoes, some cilantro, mozzarella balls, and a little bit of olive oil.
Man, this is going to be a delicious lunch. I can hardly wait to tuck in. But stay with me. We're going to go over, peek at the cases, and have a little cookie for dessert.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
I just need a second.
Is your weight holding you back and affecting your health?
Did you see this? Your cousin had a heart attack.
Really?
Excess weight or obesity can be serious, but you can do something about it. Visit yourweightmatters.org. Download the free toolkit to prepare you to speak with a healthcare provider. Your weight does matter. Accept the challenge and take charge today. Visit yourweightmatters.org.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app. Now, your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So you can see a little bit of cloud cover out there. That's what comes with the cold front that's really basically right over top of us. Those clouds will be giving way to a little bit more sunshine as we head through the second half of the day today. And it should be a beautiful, beautiful evening, I think. As far as if you're looking for something to do over the weekend, the Hometown Fest, my Hometown Fest at Benderson Park should be a wonderful event benefiting the Saratoga Club, a wonderful organization. So it starts at noon, should be upper 60s and sunny with low relative humidity. Beautiful day, a little breezy perhaps, but gorgeous by 4 p.m. Mid-70s, sunny and dry, light north winds, absolutely a fantastic Saturday in store for us. And that's a beautiful setting, Benderson Park. So nice thing to do. 82 degrees in Sarasota, Bradenton coming in at 78 across the region. Temperatures generally around the 80-degree mark. We'll have today falling temperatures this afternoon. We'll go with 82. That'll probably be our daytime high, 55, the dew point now. So the dew point is falling. It's going to be nice a little bit later on, I think. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover out there for the remainder of the afternoon, you know, kind of a mix of sun and clouds. We'll probably see the second half of the afternoon be a little bit more sunny than the first half of the afternoon. North-northwest wind now at about 9, almost due north. We're looking at a 3 p.m. temperature of about 79 degrees and then falling off into the 70s and then the 60s by midnight as you wake up tomorrow morning. Cool and crisp at about 54 degrees as you go into sunrise. Have a little bit of cloud cover out there right now. You can see that on the satellite view. This cloud cover will linger for the next hour or two. That's our front. And then as that cloud cover sinks south, the really drier air will begin to filter in and we'll have a lot of sunshine around here. Not much in the way of any kind of radar echo, so we're not looking at really any rainfall across the region. There's our big, strong storm to the north of us producing just heavy surf, gusty winds, almost hurricane force gusts along the coastline, and heavy snowfall as well, perhaps as much as a foot at higher elevations. All of that is helping to produce that frontal boundary, which is driving through our area. Winds will be a little breezy, consequently, coming in out of the northeast at about 10 to 20. And over the course of the next couple of days, we're looking at temperatures tomorrow about 74, 72 on Oscar Sunday, and then next week, it's looking very nice indeed with temperatures in the lower 70s and only slight chances of showers. Scott?
All right, John, thanks so much. In Health Smart today, a popular ride-sharing company is ready to roll out a new service. Uber can take you to your doctor's appointments and your insurance provider will pay for it. Every year, millions of Americans miss medical appointments because they don't have reliable transportation. That's why Uber Health is partnering with healthcare providers to schedule rides for patients. So far, more than 100 healthcare organizations are on board with this program. Some Suncoast firefighters are taking part in a special screening involving cancer dogs again today. The testing happening again at the Manatee Technical College. First responders will breathe into masks, which are then sent to Canada to an organization that's called Cancer Dogs. These specially trained dogs then sniff the mask and see if they detect any cancer.
Dogs can detect cancer, we'll say the size of a pinhead, where doctors can only detect it down to the size of a postage stamp, let's say. So they can catch the cancer a lot earlier. Firefighters throughout the United States are more prone to cancer than probably any other occupation. Which company?
This is the first of this type of screening to be done in the state of Florida. Still to come in your Suncoast News today, it's almost time to roll out the red carpet. We're going to show you some of the best moments in the history of the Academy Awards.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
You know, I really believe, you don't know until you test it, but I think I really believe I'd run in there even if I didn't have a weapon. And I think most of the people in this room would have done that too. But the way they performed was really a disgrace.
President Trump bucking the NRA, Kushner's secret clearance downgraded, and Hope Hicks resigns. Putin targets Tampa Bay. I'm Alan Cohn. Meet me at the trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now. What a fun day here at Southern Steer Butchers on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. There's also the original in Clearwater. And while they're looking to partner with a local bakery to bring in some more items, they do sell the Tate's cookies, which really are so great. So come on out, get some marinated meats and salads. Definitely gather a group and do some of those cooking classes. It is incredibly affordable and so simple and it's local, and you'll get all these extra bonus points for complimentary items and discounts. Today happens to be the marinated chicken thighs, the Chef Judy special. So give them a call, stop in, whether you're having lunch, early dinner. They're open 7 days a week, guys. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna bite into a cookie, then go back to the steak sandwich and send it back to you. Happy weekend, all.
The 90th Annual Academy Awards will be handed out Sunday, and no doubt there'll be a few water cooler moments from that show. ABC 7's Stephanie Webb gives us a look back at a few of the most memorable moments in Oscars history.
Guys, I'm sorry. No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won.
This is not a joke.
Well, who can forget one of the biggest moments in Oscar history? Last year when the wrong Best Picture winner was named by accident after a mix-up in the envelopes. Now, it was a biggie and one of the many moments that make up one heck of a 90-year history of the Academy Awards. Over the years, there have been a few spills, like Jennifer Lawrence heading up to accept her Best Actress trophy for Silver Linings Playbook and also cementing her status as our most relatable star.
You guys are just standing up because you feel bad that I fell, and that's really embarrassing, but thank you.
Back in 1999, thank goodness he didn't fall. Who can forget Roberto Benigni winning Best Actor and Director for his movie Life is Beautiful and taking a slightly unconventional route to the stage. Speaking of unconventional, what do you do when you want to show Hollywood producers that you are not too old to star in their movies? Well, if you are Best Supporting Actor winner Jack Palance, you drop down on the stage and do a few one-arm push-ups in the middle of your speech.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
They really, really did. And you never know when a good acceptance speech can cement its place in pop culture history. Sally Field was really, really, really thankful for her 1985 Best Actress Oscar, her second, for Places in the Heart. As for Places in History, Tatum O'Neal did that in 1994. She made history as the youngest star to ever win an Oscar at just 10 years old. She won the award for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Paper Moon.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Finally, his character in The Godfather made offers others couldn't refuse, but in 1973, Marlon Brando refused his own Oscar for that role.
That he very regretfully cannot accept this very generous award.
Instead, he set Native American activist Sacheen Littlefeather in his place to protest the misrepresentation of Native Americans in Hollywood. I'm Stephanie Webb with ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Remember, you can watch all the glitz and glamour of the red carpet and then find out who will take home an Oscar in Hollywood's biggest night. We have live coverage of the 90th Academy Awards starting at 6:30 Sunday night, all right here on ABC7. Should be a fun night. Do you have a favorite host when you look back at the Oscars? I know Bob Hope did it for a long, long time. I love Johnny Carson.
I can't imagine a better host than Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Now, that said, because I work the morning shift, I haven't seen a lot of the more
That's
recent
true.
ones.
That's
So
true.
I understand some folks have done some pretty good jobs. Billy Crystal was fantastic.
Oh, he was wonderful.
He
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Johnny Carson was tops.
Yeah,
I
good
think.
at everything, I thought, yeah. All right, thanks so much for watching, and have a great weekend ahead. Enjoy the beautiful weather on the way, and we hope to see you again at 5 o'clock.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, March 3rd. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.